Have you ever wanted to be really good at something? To reach the apex of human ability and surpass others' expectations of you? To pour hours and hours into something, honing your skill and making steady progress? I never could seem to find something I really wanted to get good at least not something that would stick and that I could perfect. All with the grand end goal to become undeniably, objectively good at something. Where would I even begin? There are so many things to interest oneself in, like chess, or piano, or maybe competitive sports, or like playing video games really fast. In truth, I have tried speedrunning before, to the point where I even once held a world record in a shitty flash game that you might know, called Karoshi, Suicide Salaryman. Only the real reason I got a world record in the first place was because there was no other leaderboard at the time. It didn't exist. So me and a buddy had discovered a glitch, which resulted in a massive time save, and this allowed me to get a better time than anything I could find online, and it made me the de facto best player in the world, and I started the leaderboard on Speedrun.com of that particular game and category. So I wouldn't exactly call myself a speedrunner, at least not yet. I watch a lot of speedrunning, and with GDQ being live right now, I thought it'd be a good time to start up again for real. I'm starting this video series to update you guys on my progress with speedrunning, and if you want to follow that journey, I suggest subscribing to the channel and dropping a like on this video. This episode is going to be a short introduction to what kind of runs I will be doing, as well as the results from my first run, which loosely follows the speedrun guide by speedrunner Havoc 616. I'm certainly no beginner at Path of Exile, and playing through the campaign is something I've done many a time, always trying to get a good time, but never trying to improve much. Although I'm also usually a hardcore player, so survivability is always something I prefer over zooming through the campaign. That's just the nature of hardcore, and sadly I'm not Ben, so I can't do both at once. The fun part of this challenge is going to be, I wanted to try playing something I thought wasn't good, just as a self-imposed challenge. And if you know PoE, you might have already guessed what class that is. It's the Scion. Ah, good old Scion. The oft-ignored poster child of PoE. It's funny how the Scion is one of the better molds, being a newer class, but sees so little play. Her weaknesses are plenty, and the Ascendancy is obviously one of them. But more on that later. The rules I've set for myself are pretty standard. They're the usual A10 Kitawa run, where you get all passive quests and labs. It's the sort of run you can find on any leaderboard, like speedrun.com. The only twist here is that I'm imposing a couple of restrictions on myself, like must play Scion. This is the most important part, and why I'm doing this at all. No current league mechanic. Right now we're in the 326 league, Mercenary League, and I've seen some stuff that makes the campaign kind of a joke if you have a strong mercenary, so I think I'll just be skipping the mechanic altogether. The character must be a fresh start SSF character. This is a part of the rule set on speedrun.com, and I have to show a full migrate from SSF League every time I start a run to confirm that the character does not have anything in the stash or anything at all. I will not be playing hardcore. I can die, but doing so will usually set me back a minute or two, depending on the zone and the run back. But surely I won't die too much, right? Oh. I really want to get into doing 4-stone speedruns and practice doing hardcore speedruns in general, but first I want to get the basics down pat. I will not be satisfied until I have a run that is 3 hours or less. This is kind of a strict requirement, but it's not a criteria for a run itself. But I am after all aiming for perfection here. So by perfection I mean matching Havoc 616 time from the previous league. The link to that video will be in the description. Really, I'm starting off with following his guide, both his written guide on max roll and the video, and that will be the basis for my leveling journey. All props to Havoc for everything he's done for the community, and the guide is great. So let's get going on the first run, guys. Who's excited? Turns out I actually have to do some homework first. Part of doing a run for real is knowing what passives to take, what gems to receive as quest rewards, what to buy, when to buy it, or should I use weapons, which links currency is important. Damn it all, I'm just gonna start a run. This first run is gonna be not that well researched, as I just need to get a feel for the build. I know I'm going to be using Sunder as per Havoc's guide. However, it's been ages since I league started something other than a spellcaster, so this is gonna be fun. Luckily, as I have played the game many times before, the general routing is familiar to me. As usual, we start off by picking up the sword from our boat friend and killing his zombified companion. Then we take care of the hobo who's slamming on the door to the 7-Eleven at midnight. Spending time in town is something we're gonna be very familiar with, because I have no idea what skill gems to actually take. I'm trying to read the guide at the same time on my second monitor, and trying to figure out if the gear is good or not. I am using the string regex, but I still can't know whether something is good or not, so I'm just gonna pray that I'll figure it out as I go. Oopsie, forgot something. But... After picking up the waypoint, we go kill the guy who's just a chill dude, man. Doing the classic Hey Drake logout skip, I actually log onto the wrong character. Tarkley is a gentleman and gives us the decoy totem skill gem as a reward, as well as Frostblink, which will be immensely helpful. Doing a shopping round once again, loading up on skill gems, including volley, chance to bleed, and getting a Quicksilver flask as the reward for killing the chill dude. This is the point in the run where you start actually going kind of fast due to the fact that you have a movement skill now and a Quicksilver. So as you can see, I'm trying to keep my Quicksilver up, using Frostblink as often as possible, trying to get through this zone without dying. And coming up, there's also a little speedrun trick where you can place a portal before the bridge so that you can use it later to get the Dweller in the Deep quest done. I've started usually trying to check this Legion encounter for anything good. And this time I actually got 2 armor rewards and 1 jewelry reward, I think. So those are actually pretty good. Legion mobs are kind of challenging though, so you have to be careful not to die here. I'm surprised at how fast I decimate Brutus here, really nice damage. I'm actually kind of impressed by how well this is doing. After killing Brutus and reaching the Cavern of Wrath, we go back home to get our Sunder gem, which we can now use to annihilate Fairgraves. At 28 minutes, we start facing down Merveil, the Siren, the first act boss of the game. Hells yeah. Navigating through the next zone, I'm trying to actually equip my Thunder Gem, juggling inventory spaces while still moving around with using my mapped movement ability. You can see I have the movement on T, which will allow me to keep going in the correct direction while still juggling my inventory. Navigating through this zone can be tough. There's a lot of chaos spitters, and I have died in this exact zone in hardcore at least once before. I find a heavy belt, which is gonna be crucial for equipping axes later in the game, so that's a really nice find. Entering the Act 2 town and getting a nice spitting on by Groust. Anyway, he doesn't like me, so I sell my shit to him and I try to rip him off. I killed the Great White Beast for a Quicksilver Flask. I'm not sure if this is actually part of the routing by Havoc, but I like doing it anyway. I usually go Chamber of Sins first, and I start doing the lab trial here. Oi, spiky boy! Groust gives me Herald of Ash, which is a very potent ability. And another Spitball. For some reason I went north first to Oak, and I try helping him, and then later change my mind and I'm going to kill him. I never meant to help him, I was just playing with his feelings. I betray Oak, and I kill him, taking his amulet in the progress. I get really confused in the Western Forest, because I didn't find the waypoint, I somehow skipped it. So I usually do Alira first, but in this clip I find the Weaver's Chambers first, so I kind of beeline back to Alira. According to Havoc's guide, you help Alira in this run for the maximum resistances, which are going to be pretty nice. The Weaver fight is usually pretty scary, and this time is no exception. My damage is alright, but not great, and my survivability is trash, so I almost die several times here. But I do manage to get the dub over the Weaver. This allows me to pick up a couple of support gems, including melee physical, which is crucial for Sunder. And I realized I forgot to do the crypt, so I go pick up my good old golden hand job, as well as the ascendancy trial in this zone. Now it's time to face off the Val over Zol, the granddaddy himself of Act 2. He's usually not that hard, but he keeps lightning beaming me. He uses the ability 3 times in the first phase, and I have to portal out to even live. Mana is also an issue usually, when you reserve a lot of your mana. So portaling out is a good way to refresh your mana flask. We find a girl needing help, and we kill her assailants. We enter the crematorium to find her boyfriend, where we meet the goddamn main villain of the entire game, Piety. And at this point I haven't died yet. I wonder when that's gonna change. Oh. Piety, you monster. Luckily the run back here isn't too bad, as I have a spawn point at the ascendancy trial. Screw you, Piety. I pick up some more auras, including Pride, Haste, and also the Vulnerability Curse. I get the worst goddamn rare Jade Amulet I've ever seen, and I start navigating the Lunaris Temple level 2, where I once again will face off against Piety. Surely this is gonna go well. I'm clowning around, finding every possible nook. Okay, here we go, Piety time.
I see it now, Wonder Child. You are but a reflection, a mirror that I must now break.
I have nothing.
Ah! Holy shit! Ah! 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 Run! Pocket speed noob, run! Stop chasing me! Screw you, Piety! After that invigorating fight, I pick up a nice new gilded axe. I spend way too long trying to craft it, but I do end up with an axe that is an upgrade from what I had previously. Also, with the 4-link I acquired in the sewers, I can socket in close combat support, which can only be used with an axe or a sword. Now it's time to do the first labyrinth, where we face Isaro the Giga Chad himself. Lab is something I usually don't have a problem with, but this is one of the cases where dying would be very bad, and Isaro is no joke. After slamming my axe into Uncle Isaro's face, I finally reach the altar of ascendancy, and I get to become an ascendant. Dominus is next on the chopping block. His general dudes are usually the hard part of the fight, but I seem to dispatch them with ease. These two are usually the worst. Now onto the main man himself. She. Goddamn lightning ghosts. Dominus tries touching me. He turns into a big fleshy monster, which I am happy to strike down. Oh, danger is coming. Danger is coming. I can feel it. My flasks are low. Oh. I haven't died to this phase of Dominus in a long time, so this was actually kind of a blow to my ego, not gonna lie. I strike him down, and I move on to the next zone. I realized this video will be far too long if I include the entire run and all the things I wanted to show, so you're just gonna have to wait for part 2, which I'm probably going to upload next Sunday. Stay tuned.